Hello, Antonia Gonzalez here, and I am joined today by Erin Tapahe. Erin, hello.
I guess I'll introduce myself. Yat she Erin Tapahe and Ashia Kia Aninchle Tachini Bashchin Trabahe Dashache Todachitni Dashanella. I am living in Utah right now. That is where my immediate family resides in, but we're originally from Window Rock, Arizona.
So, Erin is a former Native American Journalists Association student. She went through our program like I did, and now she is doing some freelance writing. And, Erin, I wanted to ask you a little bit about one of the recent articles you did on COVID-19 in the Navajo Nation. A lot of news, including reporting that I've been doing, is about the cases and just some of the response efforts. But your article was really looking at recovery. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So, just along with you, I've been reading so many articles about the death rates and the statistics, and I was just kind of really like, it brought me emotional, and I was just like, what's the story? I wanted to know what these people were going through. I wanted to know how everything was going through, because for me, I just saw statistics. I just saw this many deaths and then this many recovered, or this many people who were tested and then these people who were tested positive. And so I was just kind of wondering, what's the story behind it? What's the story to becoming to overcoming COVID-19? And then I met Evelyn Anderson, and I kind of heard a little bit about her story and how she was just going to fly to visit her daughters in Chicago. And when she was on the plane, she said that that's where she thinks she got exposed to the virus, was on the airplane, because someone in the behind her was coughing. And she's an elder, and she was able to overcome and to fight the virus. And so I was really impressed by her story.
Can you talk about what you learned from this story about focusing on people who were overcoming COVID-19? It was really challenging, it sounds like, for this lady that you featured and other stories we're hearing about. But when it comes to recovering and some of those positive stories, what did you learn?
Yeah, so for me, I really enjoy feature writing and kind of telling the story of the people. I really enjoy the positive messages that they have. And what I learned from doing the research and kind of doing the different interviews, I found a parallel that so many of them had, and it was the positivity. And a lot of them in tune to us, whether it was a spiritual or a kind of higher being, or just like all around good thoughts. And they were really positive in overcoming it. And a lot of them had this true grit kind of an attitude, and they were ready to fight it, and they were very resilient in it. And they didn't and Evelyn, she didn't ever say, I'm sick, so I'm gonna just sit here and let me be. Like, she didn't have that mentality of, I'm gonna be sick. She had the mentality of, I'm gonna get better. And she's just this cute little lady, and her daughter lives on the third floor in her apartment. And so she, in order to get feeling better after she returned from the hospital, she would walk up and down those stairs 3 times. And she was getting to walking many stairs until the doctor, she got on the call to kind of give her the little update of how she was doing. And the doctor was like, what, you're walking upstairs, you're doing all this exercise? Because it was so unheard of for someone to go through this virus and to be hospitalized and to be so sick, but then to have that mentality of being strong and trying to overcome it. And she kept saying over and over, she would say, like, I know how to handle this. It's the most I've been sick, but I know how to get better. And so it wasn't the mentality of, I'm going to be sick. It was the mentality of, I'm going to get better. And so that's what I really enjoyed learning about, and kind of having that mentality of, this is happening to me and this is not good, but I'm going to find a way to overcome it. And I really appreciated learning that lesson.
And we're seeing that across Indian country. The Navajo Nation, COVID-19 is hitting the tribe hard, and it's impacting other tribes across the country. but the resilience of Indigenous people and what you're talking about, the positivity, we're seeing stuff of positive messages and also efforts across the country to lift the spirits of people. Erin, you're into dance. You do different styles of dance. Can you talk a little bit about your style of dancing?
So it's really fun because for me, when I first was learning to hoop dance, it was pure love and pure joy, and it made me happy. And I didn't need an audience. And so kind of I was going through competition and kind of when I would practice on my own, I would think, okay, so how will this formation look to the audience, or how will this look, or maybe if I do this. But then now I can dance and I don't have to think about the audience, and it's kind of reconnected me to that love, and it's helped my heart realize that dancing is for me, and it's a way to heal, and it's a way to help people remember their culture and to help people be proud of their culture. And I think that's the big part of what's been going on virtually, is kind of helping us to realize our priorities. And for me, it's helping me realize that dance, my culture, my family, spending lots of time with my family has been such a blessing to me. Even though there are days where I want to go out, there are days where I just want to be able to go and eat in a restaurant and have as many refills and just kind of have that type of interaction. But for me, it's important to cultivate the relationships I have, whether it is virtually, but also being with my family.
You were really close with your family, with your parents and your sister, and of course, family members and friends that maybe now you're only seeing virtually, but I know how important that is for you.
Yeah.
And we're approaching Mother's Day holiday, so I want to give you a chance to offer some words of encouragement.
It's definitely going to be a very different Mother's Day. Um, but I would just encourage everyone to stay home and to really appreciate and really ponder the relationships that we have with our family, to be able to look and to see the resilient and appreciate the resilient women we have in our lives, but to do it virtually, to do it at a safe distance, because so many of us are impacted um, through this COVID-19, and I would really plead with everyone to find creative ways um, to celebrate Mother's Day and to be able to do it safely. We're trying to think the best and to be grateful for our blessings, because we are grateful to be social distancing and self-isolation in the same home. And it's been fun to kind of slow down, because before this we were on the go go go. My sister was a full-time student, my parents are working full-time, and I was just trying to get one job to the next job, trying to to keep up on that. And so our family, we are just constantly on the go, and it was really it's different to have to slow down, but it's been really it's been so much fun to slow down, because most nights we will play a game of bananagrams, and we're using words, and we're like making our vocabulary bigger and trying to find words to play that game with. And so it's been different, but it's been really fun, and we're trying to keep a positive look on it. And I would just like to wish out all the women out there happy Mother's Day, and to let you know that that you are resilient, that we're all going to get through this, and it's been through the wonderful examples of the women who've come before us.
Well, thank you so much, Erin, and maybe someday we can play that game together. You'll beat
Yeah.
me for sure. But happy Mother's Day to your family, and big hugs virtually to you there and everybody who is going to tune in and see this. Thank you.
Thank you.